And to say you share choices, need decisions I told we make in life, no. It's even the small choices and it's me who say there is a mix of contradictions. It was our choices now. And I say um you per se um you per se it's working, no, it doesn't go the way we want. It turns out you quit you it's meaning amount for sorry and I say you're born mukra with you but immediately you juice ya na you bofu obi and I say we snap at that person for no particular reason. As humans, you know, we can try our hardest to be kind and patient with someone we love, only to say something harsh to them at the worst possible moment. As humans, you know, so we are capable of great empathy, love, kindness, selflessness, and all those positive characters. And idioms on the other hand, no, you are capable of cruelty, hatred, and insensitivity, and other negative things. And to why we like this, Bible, no, I catch who we are, and it gives us the whole story of where we came from, and why we are the way we are. And then we'll unpack what is found in the Bible. First one, yeah, humanity's origin. Second one, what it means to be created in God's image. Third one, yeah, how humanity lost their perfection, severing their connection to God. Fourth one, yeah, how that loss of connection impacts every part of our lives. And a fifth one, yeah, God's plan to redeem us and repair the relationship we once had with Him. And see, with these points now, at the end of edition, we will find the key to understanding our identity as human beings. And your first factor here, where did humanity come from? The first step in understanding who we are as humans is understanding where we came from. So you share second chapter of Genesis, you get to the full picture. The story about creation. On this Onyankopon bo bibi on the sixth day, no, Onyankopon he was ready to create his masterpiece and near human beings. No, well, Genesis 2, verse 7 also, then the Lord God formed the man of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And so with this account in Genesis, no, it tells us exactly where we came from. Dust, and I say netie and anya. And see, that's the only reason yet tears and I say we live is that when Yakopon ehumi grew, yes, so he breathed life into us. Into way it tells us about a couple of things about human nature. First one here, we are created beings who owe our very existence to God. On your hope on a boy, into he owns us or boy, he made us into. It's not like say we came out from we randomly came up from something and I say we are made out of atoms and I say BBC to say other scientists believe in. Secondly, we are unique individuals. He personally involved in creation. So yeah, everything now Onyankopon boy he called that into existence of rare say plants, animals, stars but edu yenkwan so no okoto he knelt down and sculpted the first human beings with his own hands. And so when say God cared enough for us to make us unique individuals, each one infinitely precious to him, and he made us in his own image. Yeah. Second factor, what does it mean to be created in the image of God? So sure, humans, possess some specific abilities and as a specific capabilities are other living things they don't. And these characteristics are also qualities God expresses. On your hope on say, let us make man in our own image after our likeness. And so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Man and female, he created them. The second Genesis 1, verse 26 to 28. I say, I can say, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the earth and in your wabonina. Until break it verse down. First thing say we were created with consciousness, and I say at atinka or something like that. not only say we sense your surroundings, but also we are aware of them. Say we see and I say we can feel it, and we can process voluntary and make decisions based on your sensory information. A term using psychology we take in. Another thing is that we are also made to be creative. Onyankopon, those Onyankopon in a bobby, but some my ability to create things with our own hands, even cars, houses, airplanes, etc. And so though God is the provider of every material we use, no, or some my the chance to also express with our own hands. Another thing is that we were created to exercise authority. Of course, all power all the ultimate power belongs to God, but He also gave humanity responsibility. And in the first task of the man Adam and Eve said, assassin. And then the next thing say we were given the ability to choose. Of course, or beyond choose it say or assassin. So, but what we can do is say you will choose it there. We will choose what is given to us. And so we can choose to give our attention, our love, or anything to God and us something else. And so He didn't want us to be programmed to follow Him. One person like we will be robots. I also change now you follow Him. But He only wanted us to follow Him with our hearts willingly. And I was down by a free agency, ability to control yourself. And free agency is also a key component of the nature of humanity. From the moment Onyankopon bore Adam and Eve, they had control of their own thoughts, actions, and desires. Genesis and so it paints as a picture of what humanity was always meant to be. Actually, say we were designed to be unique individuals with creative hearts, mind, with the power Onyankopon at their mind. We are also designed to take care of the what to say Mecca previously. With this, we Onyankopon minds, and we will become good stewards of the earth. And Tama Adam and Eve so more God of Eden no Onyankopon they had a connection with them. They were the first, and I said they were the original family living in perfect harmony with God. But moving forward, BBC or something changed. Something shattered their relationship with God, and it bring unspeakable trouble upon the world. And that trouble without trouble it changed nature of humanity ever since. And see, with that point, you're sure how did humanity become corrupt? And see, right now, the broken world we live in today, it's a long way from near a sea, and it's a long way from the perfection of Eden. And see, how did it all fall apart? The answer lies in our ability to choose. It was the abuse of free will on Yankopon. And I say free agency on Yankopon at the mind. On Yankopon or human beings or more many kids, and he intended to bless humanity with all the things that and he wanted us to truly love him and to accept his love, and to be able to choose him. We must choose him to be able to love him and accept his love. Well, Genesis 2, verse 16 to 17, you may surely eat of every fruit of the garden, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For in the day that you eat of it, you shall surely die. And to every time someone say, I didn't say tree, what was a deadly tree like that doing in the Garden of Eden? And I said, why would God, who created everything, intentionally plant a tree that will kill Adam and Eve? If so, Moody said, so this is a question. This is a difficult question, and the best answer we can find is that the existence of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil was so humanity could learn to exercise their free will to serve Mechan. So if your next factor here, if we were to choose God, we needed to know what the other choice would be. And I will say who say the presence of the tree of good and evil, no, it wasn't a trap on it's a tema Adam and Eve. And I say it wasn't even a temptation because not in your hold over her na corner and the ye. And way say tree, the tree showed that human beings were not God's slaves. Unfortunately, Adam and Eve allowed themselves to be talked out of obeying God's warning. And with this name said they were tricked by the devil, and I said the serpent. And they fell for Satan's deception. And by eating the forbidden fruit, in said they committed the first sin, which is choosing themselves over God. And with this act of sin, and it introduces evil deeds and I said death into our world. The fruit itself wasn't itself that corrupted Adam and Eve. No, it wasn't the fruit that corrupted Adam and Eve, but it was the decision behind it. By disobeying God, normal patches said they were claiming say they didn't need God. Instead of trusting Yakupon or name Bibia, he knows what's the best for us. No, their actions claim that they knew what was best for themselves. And a non-per sin about some serpents ne kind so omudia ombe to say Yakupon, no non-person some person say Yakupon. They wanted to be like God. And see, you how our human nature affects us today. And with that single decision, Adam and Eve, Garden of Eden, the stable connection, it was severe, and I said, and once God's presence was removed, money, and I said, to say what doom lighter. Darkness ever freely room sun and eating the fruit did exactly serpents in a kind, not serpents not mankind learned how to know and I say they learn how to differentiate between good and evil at the same time. And see, without God in our hearts, we have sin in our hearts and I say in our minds. Sin and selfishness has consumed us, and I know so that I led the world into a disaster. So with that, that's the way it has ever been since. Each of us can say, as a series, so we have selfishness and as a sin inside us. And with this selfishness, it can lead us to even hurt the psalmist and so Psalm 51 verse 5. I say, behold, I was brought forth in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Another one in Apostle Paul, and so he expresses this feeling of spiritual warfare inside as Romans 7 verse 15. I'll say, for I do not understand my own actions, for I do not do what I want, but I do the very thing I hate. I know so without a connection to God, humanity, we lost the perfection that we once had in Eden. And as I say, mankind, we no longer resemble God, say, Onyankopon, a created in his own image. Even so, we know, say, and you say, na yepe, yempese, boni, ebetna yemuda. And see, what do we do with this wickedness inside us? Is there a way to redeem the perfection that humanity once had? Onyankopon so offer the answer to this question as well. And see, this factor, everyone here who answer, it's this factor, how does Jesus redeem human nature? The book of Genesis tells us about some kind previously, no Yakupon per se or make man in his own image. But because we rebelled and I say, yeah, upon we lost that perfection. And to say, we are desperate in need of a redeemer. And I told you we can think say, yep, shall say, Papa, now you follow Yakoma. We will eventually overcome selfishness na ewo yemu. But Bible na say that is not true. Well, Isaiah 64 verse 6 now say, but we are all like an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are like filthy rags. So we can your papa your cry and my go fin we ready. Another quotes in Jeremiah 17 verse 9 will say, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can understand it? Akomano therefore. Enti Onyankopon enim say we cannot trust our own hearts. And I say ye papa for our lifetime, it can't measure up bonia ye na. So does that mean say ye bet na bonu sans ne ye wana there be Onyankopon edi he or the plan by say obey redeem us and restore the connection we once had with him. And say obey Osman and Oba Yesu Christo or Basasuesu say obey aji yenkwa. And see, just as say one man's disobedience, sinners, which is Adam and Eve. So now one man's obedience. Samson with one man's obedience, many will be made righteous. And so a free Onyanko, Yesu Christo, so and I was saying who to say there is nothing human beings you bet me in our own power to restore connection and answer perfection that we once had. All we can do is say you better and I say return to God. Who is perfect and accept the free gifts our Onyankopon are offered to us now. That is the only way we can repair our broken relationship with him. Onyankopon, he wants to be part of our lives and he wants us to accept his grace and live with him in heaven. And to say invite him we should make sure say your daily choices be we invite him, we bring him into our lives, and with that he can help us fight selfish and sinful nature. And we also have to pray like Psalmist did. I even know Psalm 51 verse 10 or say, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Sorry. And God is willing to create a new and pure heart within us, and He'll grant us the victory. And today say we'll draw closer to Him, and if we do that, you will that perfection we once had with Him. What God intended humanity to be. And to summarize everything we should understand say Yankasa within our own power we can't cure, and I say yentini enyi bonina ewo yemuno. And what we have to do is to seek out to Christ, because only the only answer to our broken nature. He's ready and waiting to repair our damaged relationship and lead us back to him. Amen.
Amen and amen and amen. Asana sembisana muabe bana. Matilda de memeka cho ne se nyame onhira. Minim enuanum bia no mute se wa omuso awurade adwuma mu sei enne omu bebre ne de omu akoma so hwe no omu nsa aka. Na me hye awurade se ono nso onye wosa. Na fofra hweso abeso ne dwumadie. Adofonom ye ba ye ofaase no ama ye bibi bebre. Ye gya sembisa enemwa. Sempo oka point bi na pese o ka biem na we emphasize on it. This is the time. So let's bring the discussion. Mummy anya ntem na mbre no so a ye bepon mummy antwa ma mbre no enso anso. So this is the time if you have a question or contribution over Tim Diaba.
Uncle Kwame.
Yo,
Let me say a better Yamiasi near da Matilda so I see. And that topic no day by and also the a mood, the nature of humanity. Inti, actually, maybe a free by Yanko Ponsu and then normal away more air boy. I may at me a dance. Ewo nipa nyinaa. Em say yehwe adesua no ne yehu se ne ye nipa yesiti a eno beboa ya me atimi ehu kwan ya befa so a ebetu ya namo se nyankopon emma because se bi yenye obi akeke se ne onyankopon na no onwene yen ewo kwan sonko so beside no ma oboy na ofre na aba bet ye nipa nko ade oheda yen sonko oboy in his own image. And until was he to me who nipa kra ye na nipa su a ewe ye mu no nyankopon su asebe ewe ye mu no ye ma edaadi ewo yen ebram bia ye wo bia se ne ebe ya sentie onyankopon ede boy yen a kobonsam pese be free ho no onyankopon atimi ede yen edi dwuma. I don't know till nyame nhyira na kwaso ye nyankopon adwuma saa. Amen.
Amen. Yeda openye Lester ase. Question contributions. Points be already ye one chance ya betime abusa ye betchire mu. So point no kwa na person we na san ka bi ka ho a this is the time. So just unmute yourself, bring your contributions. Let's make the lesson lovely as she did for us. One neighbor. Yo, manenko.
Yeah, the question is
Okasa no form kakra nti se nka be maso kakra ma me a. Oh, they can.
Okay. I'm also the title from what I say Bonnie do a while. If I say a one they say no show national injury. And so Matilda customer can need to say Bonnie do a while. Bonnie you say yeah something to injure this say yeah put on. Now the question is that it's a little say the do a while this a while show no so you yeah put on that and do an answer more Johnson.
Yo, Fred a question no say. Yes, Bonnie be on my just a while show so na wujai. And one of the points Matilda raised here and say Bonnie no nyina say erade and a boy me timi ja Bonnie. And yes, erade na boy me timi ja Bonnie a ade na drew baby so binim kasha Bonnie be on my just any share so. Aha. Why and a beboa a yes be say a koma ye nyina. So is there a list of Bonnie Bia and dear just a one ubon modi jai? And a list of Bonnie Bia on Sunday, Jinan Coupon Kwan a boa.
Uncle Kwame me submit me about so your line so you didn't know.
Open patch of manenko.
Em say boni bia no ye ni nyankopon eka bom ne de yadwen ema no ono eboa yen emitimi ejai boni because utie senia Paul ka say mitimi ade nyina eye ewo Kristo a o hye medin no mu a ye ma ye bibia ye se ono nkuto ne ye da no a eno na eboa yen ame yetimi afisa atibia no. Most of the time ye use ye nipa su no ne akase o si ye nipa ye wo ye boni mne ne ye keka ho ne de no excuse ye ho am say obonsam ne piapia ye nsa ese ne mdi kan ye hu nipa ko a ye onyankopon esu a ewo ye mu a ye be hu se ewo se ye ni onyankopon eka bom ye hwe a Adam and Eve won ti won hu free nyankopon ho no ene de ohaw ebre won enti emre bia nipa bete no ho afi Nyankopon ho ayese ono aye ne bibi no etimi hu se emfa bibi papa bia emre no be se ye ne Onyankopon ekabom na ye gya ye ho mu nyina ema no a ono no eboa ye ma ne wose ye bia no etimi ye that's
Open that was why bio one ever responded to this question about your doors pa anti mama yankasa baby I want to unmute yourself, bring your contribution, don't just stay quiet. As your banner Matilda can't and send brain and the points, you know, like well it's still one after the other. So if we're following what she was giving us now, so easy to contribute. Yeah, trying to say me catch you say give me some of the points I will raise here now. Say what are some of the points I Matilda raise and your brain? Moment brainstorm yourself. What are some of the points I Matilda raise here? One AD kind. We won't can't. What you and Sukwe be on much watch it.
I said, yeah, ewiase say, yeah.
We have to say, Koku Edo say. Next person. I didn't know Matilda kind, we brainstorming. Yes, Freda. Onyankopon de boneche. Okay. Yo, Freda that was it. We're doing brainstorming now. And that's when Timan can be a nice was about one to you.
Hello. Uncle, I'm also.
I'm about to also.
Yo. And so, addition, baby, meet me a kakra, and he said, a Garden of Eden, honor. A Duaba, Adam, me if a dean. Addition, my who said, and yet a Duaban, our mudian per se, name no. City a one yama a radian coupon, na omoye aswordin etiania, onyame akano. Say any yɛbusua na sɛ ɛyɛ awofoɔ no yɛne yɛma wo fie bi a wode biribi ato so mɛmfa na akora no de ne nsa akɔka ade koro anaasɛ wafa ade koro ade a wafa no ebi kra wo as parent no ɛnyɛ wo yasɛ bi a wasɛe adeɛ no anaasɛ ɔde ne nsa aka adeɛ no na mmom no sɛ kra ɛyɛ nipa yi ɛnam sɛ sitie a abɔfra no anya ama yɛ nti no ebedi ho yi a na ɛbɛyɛ yɛ ya sɛ yawo yɛ ba na ontie asɛm nti minim sɛ saa pɛpɛpɛ na Adam ne Eve nso yɛ a ɛde asotwe ɛba a ɔmo nso kakra mɛka afa ɛno ho no meda ase.
Yo, Mr. Emma da was pa. Now what you cry this young po can be this I say. City on my Israel yentino. And they account to them say they are wise and understanding. And he say yes, city me rade. And then ask them you can't chere yenwa. And no emu city na yama rade ne ehia pa to obedience. Yeah, that was a pa for bringing that. And we're doing brainstorming. The water and a yen in check. One teshe so I want me to self and no canco. The meti and me refi no can be actual.
Uncle Kwame,
Obey.
does it mean say any decision be a be take bia na ha say sutie bia e be ye bia no e won sunsan so ye ntie so e won sunsan so ente sa
Me de can but asem bisa abano no. Decision be a be take and I see be a baby a won so. What to be your response?
because they be san say bi no ya bi no muka say your destiny is in your own hands. So enti does it go with that? Say city a ye be ye anaasɛ asoɔde a ɛbɛyɛ no ane na ɛbɛdetermine sɛnea awie bɛsi ayɛ ana. That's
very good question pa. Aha, why never responded to this? May my background be you didn't create your own self. So what that will be. And it's a one the penny kai and one ever. I want somebody to respond to it. So city will be nan as one soon so Annie another be. Need taking it from there.
I would say yes, because we were created in the image of God.
Excellent, Kwaku. I mean, sure. Why be you? And it's a city a man young coupon, a dear neighbor. And I see any city a man young coupon, so a dear necoba. One I responded. I see the names, but I don't want to pick your name by surprise. Just unmute yourself. Uye city a man yamia, a dear nebeba. And one city a man yamen, so a dear nebetimiaba. And I dear nebeba.
Uncle,
Yes. Yo, so ye city a man yamia, and it just from could be a day. About one ye city and so. Onam hokra, on say. We are dear Nasi a pie from four, onam how trim fine. But where we be at here, we are not young, she should not show any so. And only be a bit to me. Why be you? So, city a bay, yamen not a one soon so I saw. And I saw so bad at the bar. What will be your response? Or not there, say more practical. One like some bruh. No, be person casa manenko.
Uncle Nehemiah.
Okay, manenko. Matilda yetio.
I'm Patromeva.
Okay.
Okay, let me see a typical example. You choosing not to eat or drink. One day, so what do you mean? So, home so is it as when you also and I said combedo pa, you can even die. So like say sorry, say Anka Adam ni Eve city ma onyakopanka we will probably be in heaven. And I say Anka Boni Nibia say and Rachel say your decisions are taking it has consequences.
Yeah, that was a great point. Mesa to ya generation I watch addition. Sabasco is so. You could be one of the lang white books num say. So me anyway, ye city me radin na asempa. Kayare bebre betimi atwe ho afiri ho. Ba ya so odi nti ana akofan yarewa any normal bebre ayde abrayen. So ntino city de wo ye city amerade ene na asem ne hyehyɛ ne ho hia papa. Na also fanye ba kwen papa de bika.
Etima bo akaka.
Oba impa chane.
See, according to Deuteronomy chapter 1, chapter 4, verse 1. Okay, say, Israel tie. Awurade atemudeɛ ne ne mmara nsɛm na mekyerɛ mo nnɛ yi. Na yɔ na wanya nkwa. Ɛno nti, sɛ yɛtie Onyame ɛbɛyɛ daa nkwa ma yɛn. Sɛ yɛntie no nso a, ɛma yɛnya nkwa. Ɛno nti, nsonsansoɔ kɛseɛ wɔ so paa. Baabi a ɔbɛka sɛ tie na yɛ obiara no, ɛkyerɛ sɛ yɛdi akyire yɛ de onyame aka na ɛyɛ nhyira. Na the ultimate no, ɛbɛyɛ da nkwa na yɛda mo ase.
Yɛda panyin bɛko ase paa yi. Ahanwa bio sɛ yɛbrɛ na aka no esua. Ndi sɛ obi wɔ contribution bi ana ebi a ɔmfamra ansa na Matilda asummarize yɛyi no ama yɛ. Opanya less than chance na bia wo response bi to why you know a brand new betimi e de aba. Yes, and so bi woni person.
Em say no na ayi agidifo akyerɛkyerɛ mu no. Na ɛwɔ se yɛ no nso na sɛ yɛ Kristo som no. Ɛyɛ ade a yɛadwen ɛwɔ se di akyire abrɛ nyinaa. Bible say sɛ ufiri mmɔfra se esua kyerɛw sɛ ma uhu de ɛbɛ nyansa. Ɛno nti no yɛbɛtumi anya example bebree ɛwɔ kyerɛwsɛm no mu a ɔmo a ɔmo firi wɔ mmɔfra ase esua Nyankopɔn asɛm no yehu sɛnea wɔn awieyɛ ɛkɔyɛ. Ɛno nti yɛka yɛwɔ ɛhwɛsoɔ bebree ɛwɔ kyerɛwsɛm no mu. Ɛno nti no na wɔsɛ yɛde adwene nyinaa edi akyire. Na afei ɛboa yɛn mpo ɛma yɛn yɛbrɛ yɛn ho ase. Ne yɛde yɛn ho nyinaa ɛhyɛ Onyankopɔn nsa. Ɛda ase.
Yɛda Opanya Lester se. Yɛda obi biara se adɔfonom. Maboa madwumadie na sɔrɔade ani. Aha, Matilda. Enti said the debia metaka no obe summarize summary no amai.
Okay, so to summarize everything out in Naya canon, when Yankopon boy no na obutaya na say he had a purpose and so obemaya ya perfect na ya city ama no I bet me with that no and nanke you bet me I leave in joy, harmony, ne long life, but because you choose see ya who over God's will no at the boni ne ba asasi so but still no Onyankopon ma who says still now all friends say yen san yichi and run in China. Even say ya from so and I say boni no because onon kwa na ebetimi age enti ahana ready me summary besi.
Yo, Matilda, eda wasipa nyame onshiraw. Onye wakuma so ade ema. Mr. You are one of the people me frebia na montwema no enwo form. It doesn't matter how short the notice is. I like the response Wodema. But I said the makan me say North Bronx youth eradia ye bi ama bebruni bebre which I can mention names but I don't want to do. Na Mr. Rade say onso no onya wosa na emre onya mefa ye nkoye no ayense na ho afofro nso atima hweso aso Rade adwuma mu sara. The adofo